In 2003, photography is huge. And the best part is you can be freelance and you can be your own boss. You can be a blogger and you can be a YouTuber. You can be a photographer. You can be a photojournalist. But I'll have to break it into a couple of categories, which I suppose you all should know. But let me explain some of the famous categories we know. You have fashion photography, you have photojournalism. Photojournalism is when you work for the media and then you, example, there's an event happening, you go in the form of a press and then you click pictures and you submit it to them and they pay you for the pictures you take. It can be an event, it can be a rally, it can be a war, anything. That's photojournalism. Then you have event photography. Example, there's a wedding happening. You're in charge of taking the entire wedding. So wedding photography. In wedding photography, there can also be portrait photography, or you can be the traditional photographer where you're asked to take the various rituals, right? So it's so on and so forth. You have portrait photography, wherein you like, if you like, example, communicating with people, or you like talking with people, you like how everyone's face is different and how each person's face tells a story. So you can communicate to people, speak to people. That also sort of comes under documentary style of photography, because you're not just taking portraits or not just portraying their life or portraying their life rather, but you're also documenting to a certain way. So there's portrait photography, there's documentary style, wherein you're documenting a person's life. For example, a young boy, a young child laborer who's working in a hotel, you somehow got the opportunity. So you're trying to record his movements, his expressions, the way he yearns for the fact that he could have studied, or he didn't have the opportunity to study because of his financial reasons at home, and had to become a child laborer. So that is just one example. There are many, many more. So the options are endless. You have to work hard. I don't deny. You have to work really, really hard for you to be successful, and the best part about photography is that because you have a creative license, because you have a certain skill set, you can make it your profession. But there has to be a market. Once you understand what your market is, what style of photography you would like to see yourself in, and you work towards it, you create a portfolio, you meet people, yes, the fact of meeting people is there, wherein you have to create a network. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but then you go on creating, and at some point in time, there will be a credit, there will be appreciation. But remember that you have to constantly create, get inspired, shoot people, shoot events, shoot portraits, shoot street photography, which is one of my favorite genres, wherein you're on the streets and you see what's happening on the streets and you try to capture life on the streets, which is another beautiful concept. It is a very, very famous, I would say, genre of photography. So the options are endless, and these days you can even YouTube yourself, you can make reels. So the options are endless, just that you need to find out which options work for you, and then I think so you should work it out and you should do pretty well. So thank you for staying with me. Do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you dear viewers. Stay tuned for the next video.